Let's say you're working on getting promoted or somehow taking your career to the next level, but you're not sure if you have your manager's support. By the end of this video, you'll have 3 sound strategies to make sure that you're aligned and that they are fully behind you. I'm Christina Dellisanti-Miller of Full Potential Realized, and I've helped hundreds of women take their careers to the next level, in many instances far beyond what they thought was possible based on what they've said. If you'd like to hear more about my career strategies, subscribe below and hit the bell so you're notified when I post a new video every Tuesday. Let's talk about 3 things you can do to make sure you have your manager's full support in a promotion process or just in moving your career forward, whether it's taking it to the next level, taking on more complexity, responsibility, taking on managing a team, or even just upping your game and your compensation in your current role. The first one is check in on your current performance. Second one is get in the right mindset to negotiate this next step. And the third one is make a plan with your manager, a promotion plan or a forward movement plan together. The first step, checking in about your current performance. So you want to make sure that before you have any conversations about moving forward, that your manager and your stakeholders are satisfied with the performance you're delivering now. And it may be that this is something you're planning for the future, so you might be still mastering your current role, but in any case, you don't want to have any big performance gaps that you're unaware of for 2 reasons. 1, because you don't want to have any performance gaps that you're unaware of, but 2, you also want to demonstrate self-awareness. And when you're talking about moving forward without being clear about your current role, it's not perceived as being as self-aware as they want you to be. So just understanding your strengths and opportunities for development is key. So let's assume a couple things. Let's assume your goals are aligned, you've collected the feedback, and you're working on strengths and opportunities for development. So you understand the company, how the company performs in the marketplace and how they win in the marketplace. You understand how your team and your manager's goals align with the company goals, and you understand how your goals fit in with your manager's goals and the corporation goals, and those are all aligned, and they're working not at cross purposes, but they're working in alignment. Second part is you've gathered feedback from your manager and your key stakeholders, and that you have an understanding that feedback is welcome, you're open, you're not defensive, and you're always gathering data about how you can take your performance to the next level. Maybe you've even had a conversation like directly, how can I take my performance to the next level? And you're continuing to have that open dialogue. Second strategy is to make sure you're going in with the right mindset. And there's a continuum of too much and too little, so you want to make sure you're right in the middle. So for instance, you're not entitled, but you are deserving. You have a positive mindset and you're claiming it to yourself. You're saying, okay, I've worked for it, I'm ready, and I own that I'm wanting to move forward and I'm ready to communicate about that. So you're assertive, but you're not aggressive, right? So it's a fine balance, and especially for women, that's especially important to have it work well. The other thing is you're taking it as a partnership. You're looking at it from the perspective of what does this require of my manager? Because managers have to use chips. They have to use their political capital to put their name behind whoever they want to get promoted. And there's a bigger play that they have to participate in where, other people, other managers, their peers are wanting to promote their people. So thinking about does your manager have enough time to get this done? Starting this conversation early enough so that it's not so urgent that it has to happen immediately and you can build to it. Thinking about what would have it be a win-win for your manager. And thinking about, from their perspective, what's in it for them and how do they benefit from this? So the third step is setting up a promotion plan with your manager, and this involves a couple things. First thing is you want to understand what is the threshold in your organization that you have to cross to be considered promotable, and your manager can help you understand that. And your manager can help provide you with assignments to make sure that you're being seen as someone who crosses that threshold, that you are gaining visibility with the stakeholders that are going to have part of the decision-making process and will weigh in when the time is right. And you can ask your manager, you can say, I'm wanting to be promoted in the next year or so, and here's what I'm thinking about doing, here's my plan. Are these the right things to be doing? Am I missing anything? Does this make sense to you? Right? So that you gain their buy-in early on, there's enough time, and it might be a year, it might be more than that, but even if you're thinking about a longer horizon, you're having a conversation with your manager about always preparing yourself for the next thing so that they know that you're interested and that they're working with you to support you in a way that is different from what you can do on your own. And you know, when I had my not-for-profit, I worked on this process and I did the research around interviewing folks and understanding from executives and people who had been promoted, especially women, to senior levels, what they had done. And I had never been promoted. I got a little promotion, but I didn't get a title change. So I went in as a VP, and I was a VP for many years. And I wasn't really focused on getting promoted because I was all about getting my deliverables done. And when I built this process, though, when I went back in, I got promoted to ED, Executive Director. And it was the partnership of my manager, somebody who I trusted, that made all the difference, because she made sure I had the assignments where I was going to be visible in front of the people that needed to weigh in on my promotion. And I don't know that it could have happened without her. So even though the whole process is important, I really got in my own experience how important partnering with your manager is to make it work. Working with your manager to gain their support for your promotion is one step in a bigger process. If you'd like to learn more about my 8-step process for taking your career to the next level, check out my free training video at fullpotentialrealized.com/advance. It's based on the process that was developed through interviews with executives and women who'd been promoted to senior levels, and HR people like me who are watching the whole process behind the scenes and can give you the background. I think it's really useful, so I hope to get your feedback on it. Let me know what you think. Check out these videos next for additional tips on how to take your career to the next level. And if you like this video, hit the like button, be sure to subscribe and share it with your friends.